Why are some people good with money while others are just so bad with money? Most people are making some obvious mistakes, so here are 10 money habits keeping you poor. Mistake number 1, befriending high interest debts. The average middle-class South African is spending 66% of their income on repaying their debts. And most of these debts have high interest rates, from your car at 14% to overdrafts on your credit card at 23%. Whereas your savings grow by 6% and a good performing investment by 14%. So these cannot compete with this high interest rate debt. So if it's this hard to grow your money, why would you just be throwing it away like that? So the plan of action is you need to find the highest interest rate debt and wipe that out first, and not just pay the minimum. So for example, if you have a store card, a credit card, and a car loan with the interest rate shown on the screen, you should look into the store card first and pay all of your extra income into that, and then just pay the minimum on the other two. Once the store card is sorted out, then you move on to the second highest interest rate debt, which would be the credit card, and so on. Create a repayment plan and actively work towards becoming debt-free. Mistake number 2, paying yourself last. When money comes in, poor people allow their debit orders to go off and they pay all of their expenses before even thinking of saving any money for themselves. A good rule is you don't save what's left after spending, you spend what's left after saving. After taking care of your high interest debts, take 10 to 15% at least of your income and pay yourself first by putting that money into some sort of savings or investment account and forgetting about it. Most people think this is not possible, but your mind works with you, and that money stretches out throughout the month, and you are indirectly forced to be more frugal with your money. You can automate your savings and pay yourself first using your banking app. So stop buying other people's stuff and making them rich, and start making yourself rich by putting money away at the beginning of the month, every month. So mistake 3, leaving money in a savings account. You want to invest your money in diversified portfolios to account for any situation that comes up, and not just leave it in your account, because inflation is a thing and it will chew you up and spit you out. You are essentially losing money every year if not invested. Find the right person and tools that help you resonate with investing and start doing it as soon as possible. So if we look at an investment where you only start investing at 40 and we assume you're only investing until 60, you have 20 years to effectively build up some wealth. So if we look at the returns on that, it's about 57,000, somewhere around there. But then if you consider investing 10 years earlier at 30, you would have had 30 years to build up this investment through compounding. And the result is almost triple the amount that you initially would have had if you only invested for 20 years. So you can see how important it is to get into the game fairly quickly. Stick to simple, low-cost investing every month, regardless of what the market is doing. Mistake 4, lifestyle inflation. This is where, as your income rises, so your spending also does. And this can start off innocent with you just saying, maybe I need a new wardrobe or I'm going to buy myself a new car. But these luxuries then become necessities, and you then need more income to now fund your new lifestyle. We rent at a fairly low rate, and I have been using loyalty programs to shop efficiently. We also cook a lot of our meals at home. So find out what works for you to keep your expenses as low as possible and just save the rest. Mistake 5, not tracking your expenses. People who have money are more likely to stick to a budget, or at least know where their money is going. If you want to make a change, track your income and expenses for the next 30 days. You can use apps such as 22/7, or you can use your banking app. Then eventually, book a date with yourself, sit down every 3 months, and go through this. People who know where their liabilities and their expenses lie are more likely to know how to move forward. A budget helps you track your expenses, identify where you can cut back, and just save more. So mistake 6, falling for the social media beast. Social media is an expert at fabricating needs for us. It is important to practice mindful spending, to know when to prioritize your needs over your wants. Marketing tells you a car means freedom. No one will love you unless you are a very specific type of beautiful, and expensive means quality. Trying to look rich is how most of us end up poor. So some things you can do is to install an ad blocker, unsubscribe from all this marketing mail, delete Pinterest, and stay out of malls. Appreciate what you already have. Your life is abundantly full. Walk away and tell yourself, if I still want this after a week, I will go get it. Mistake 7. Not understanding tax. The average income in South Africa is 31,000 Rand, which means you will pay around 31% of your income to tax. This is almost a third of your income that you just give to the governing body. People just assume taxes are as inevitable as death, and they don't teach you anything in school about taxes. But there are ways to work around tax to save a little bit. For example, you could ask your employer if they offer a retirement annuity or alternatively get your own independently, because your taxable income can be reduced by the amount that you invest here. And ideally, you would funnel whatever you get back from your rebate into your investment again to allow for compounding. Rich people set up trusts, or they act as a business instead of an individual. Use your understanding of tax or hire a tax advisor to just minimize this cost. So mistake 8, not having more than one income stream. The average millionaire, around 65% of them, have at least 3 income streams. The extra income could lead to a directly proportional wealth gain, since all of that extra income can be invested. You are doing yourself a disservice if you're not working on something on the side to bring in extra income and essentially building a freedom fund. Mistake 9, not planning for rainy days. You need to plan for when life just does not go your way, like when car maintenance is needed, or medical bills, or you lose your job. Make sure that you have at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved, that you have car insurance and you're saving for the services of the car to make sure that it's going to last you the longest, that you're going for regular health checkups to make sure that you pick up that medical ailment before it gets too far, and that you are working towards building your freedom fund. Ensure what will bankrupt you, and once you have enough saved, by paying yourself first, you can invest the rest. So the plan looks like this. For short-term savings, you generally put it into a 7-day account or a money market fund, and then low-risk investments from 1 to 5 years is generally when you're working on a specific savings goal, and high-risk investments would be something like your retirement annuity or your freedom fund. Mistake 10, being penny wise and pound foolish. Just basically being cheap in the wrong places. There are some areas where being cheap just does not pay off, like buying a bed or technology or some shoes. There are some things where you should just consider quality over price, like buying a bed, because you're going to be spending a third of your life sleeping. So just make sure that you're considering the long-term costs. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this as interesting as I did, and I'll see you in the next one.